I found it earlier that night at a yard sale. It was sitting beside a grizzled hunting knife, an old soda pop bottle. It could have been one of the first ones ever made, and because some of the oldest sodas contained, shall we say, illegal substances, they never really went bad, and you could count on them to help you relax. I asked the man what he wanted, and he responded with some absurdly high amount of money, almost 4 figures. Needless to say, I was outraged. But then his wife caught wind of his ridiculous offer, and with a sharp look and a whispered word, he immediately offered it to me for but $100. I had no problem shelling out the cash for such a rare find as this. I walked down Central, casually popping off the lid and taking a large gulp before stowing it back under my coat. Central was perhaps the busiest road in town, but I was amazed to find not a soul in sight. My only companion was a white March hare that hopped beside me, resolutely. The air suddenly grew cold, and I huddled in my jacket for warmth. I had my beloved parcel wrapped inside my coat, and it seemed to radiate its own pulsating heat, and I was grateful for it. I turned off of Central down Mohawk, well, what I thought was Mohawk, for the wind had grown so strong that it ripped a street sign right out of the ground. "You better get along home now, Rabbit. You'd hate to be outside in the storm." I knew the road well, however, and had no problem finding my way home, even with there not being a single road sign anywhere. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, which caused me to drop my keys. Damn it, I swore aloud, shocked at my own foul temper. "Relax," I mumbled to myself. "They're just keys. It's not like they can kill you or anything." I sighed and crossed the threshold, tossing my keys into the little ceramic turtle near the door that I keep for that sole purpose. The turtle crashed to the ground and shattered against the tile with an incredibly loud crunching sound. I bent down to pick it up, but was amazed to find blood along the edges of the pieces. I had no visible wounds, but I assumed that I must have cut myself on something earlier. After gathering the shards, I headed towards the living room, being particularly careful to turn on every light in the house. I don't know why I did, but for some strange reason, I was terrified. "I could really use that Coke right about now," I said, plopping myself down onto the couch and pulling out my purchase. I carefully opened it up and smelled it. It seemed 1,000 years too ripe, but I steeled myself and tilted my head back. The bottle seemingly leaped from my hand, forcing itself down my throat. Deeper, deeper. I was suffocating. I couldn't breathe. I grabbed at the end and tried to pull it out, to keep from dying, but it broke in my hand, slicing my fingers open, the bottle shattering in my throat and the shards forcing themselves outward, slitting my throat. Officers at the scene were amazed at a grisly sight. The only thing that they could find was an empty bottle of Coca-Cola, one that was old enough to contain cocaine, but had almost 4 times the norm in it, and a mangled body with a hunter's knife in its throat.